What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be getting a few things wrapped up on getting this engine mocked up. I'm going to get this UPR K-Member unboxed and get it attached. We're going to get the headers mocked up on here. Hopefully they fit. I've got a Pro 5.0 shifter that I picked up from Handling Motorsports to get that thing installed. And guys, if we have time, if the video doesn't run too long, I'll go ahead and get the intake and all that thing popped on there. And we'll be getting real close to get this thing mocked up, ready to go into the car. And then the next step is we've got to yank the old motor out of the other car. And of course, that'll be another video. So let's get busy. Guys, I've yet to open this UPR K-Member up yet. We'll take a look at that together for the first time. Tell you what I think. This is the whole kit. And I did pick it up from LMR, and LMR, thank you for partnering on this build. Also, guys, if you need anything from LMR, let them know where the traffic's coming from. Go to my link down there. I've got my own special link that takes you straight to LMR.com. Also, here's a screenshot of the exact one that I picked up from LMR. Got our Viking springs. I think these are the 1450s. Just pretty much for your standard street spring. Got hardware. If you do order one of these, if you need the hardware kit, that is bought separately. I did pick that up from LMR as well. So I really think all I need to do is get this over to the Coyote, and let's get this mounted up to the engine mounts, and let's see if the header's clear. This is where I need my trusty helper, so let's see if we can get it lined up here on the K-Member and get our nut started. You got your start over in the slot?
Yeah.
Okay. You won't be able to go very far on the nuts because they're locking nuts.
Okay.
Just get it started. Well, guys, I had to call it for the night. I'm out here the next night getting this thing, trying to get it done, and it's always something that usually kind of rears its ugly head when you're in a project. So you've seen my wife and I, we mounted the K-Member. Of course, it's back off of here now, and realized that the front of the K-Member, right where the steering rack attaches, actually hitting the oil pan right here. So it's actually hitting the oil pan, not by much. I wasn't aware that if you use the UPR K-Member, it will not clear the stock oil pan. So you got a couple of different options. You either have to go with an aftermarket oil pan, expensive. You can maybe massage this oil pan. I'm not a fan of that. Or they make spacers to go right here on your motor mounts. You can order them from LMR. They have 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch spacers that you can put on here. And from what I was reading and looking at the reviews, that's really what I need. Also, I texted Caleb. I said, hey, buddy, what's going on here? Send him a picture. Said, oh, yeah, you got to use spacers. So I don't really want to wait around on ordering them, so I had some aluminum laying around. So I've got, I think it's 1/8 inch thick, so I'll just do 2 shims, and you just kind of make a U here about the size of, and you'll just kind of, you know, I kind of measured this, and this is about a little over 3 inches, about 3 inch, the actual pad on these motor mounts. I mean, they're pretty dang simple. I looked online. I'll put a screenshot here of what they look like if you order them. I think they're only about 25 bucks for the pair. And you basically just have a U. You can slide it in there one way or the other to go around both of these, go around your stud, and also this alignment dimple, whatever you want to call that. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and cut some aluminum, and we'll make a slot in it, and we'll try to get this thing mounted. I hate cutting aluminum. I mean, steel is bad enough, but when you cut aluminum, it's hard to cut, but it's easy to work with. It's easy to shape, but man, it's just the fine aluminum dust just gets everywhere. So I've got 4 of these cut. Cut them with my chop saw, and then I kind of finished it up here with the grinder. So now it's I've got basically a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 1/8 inch thick piece here, and let's I gotta do some measurements, get some U's in it, and then hopefully I'll get the K-Member mounted up. So I'll be right back with you. we've got the first one made. Let's go just see how it fits up on there, and I think it's gonna be fine. Didn't take but a second to cut this out, and let's go see if it fits. So I think that'll work. We got plenty of clearance on our oil pan now, where we were just bumping right there. So we've got these in here, and with this 1/4 inch spacer, works good. These are made out of aluminum. I mean, gosh, they probably work just as well. It took me probably to kind of gather everything, figure out how I was going to do it, probably an hour all in all. And you know, $25 for an hour, I'd say that was well worth the time. And now I don't have to wait on them coming in, and everything fits. Now, well, does everything really fit? So if we're going to have issues with the headers, typically going to be on this side with starter clearance, AC clearance, and such. So these pipe headers, let's go ahead and let's get these things mocked up on here, and let's see how they fit. So guys, it's been a few days getting everything put together, but I mean, hey, it's all worth it, and no real big hurdles to overcome. It's just kind of a learning process. And you know, gosh, once I do one of these, I probably want to do more of them, because then I'll have things kind of figured out. So probably all the time we have on this video is going to be to mock these headers up. We'll just get this one side mocked up. I know the other side's going to fit, and we'll see if we have any issues on this side, and then we'll wrap this video up. On the driver's side, we actually have individual pipes. On the passenger side, we have 2 pipes per, so there's 2 of these together on the passenger side. So I think this, I'm looking at the links. I think I got the links lined out, so just got a couple nuts. I'm not even putting the gaskets on yet, because I just want to make sure everything kind of bolts up like it should. Oh boys, everybody always talks about putting the headers on, and oh my, yeah, I kind of finally just quit recording, because you guys probably would have been laughing at me trying to put these things on 20 different ways to get them to route around this K-Member. I got to the point where I thought that there's no way. These are either the wrong pipes or I got the wrong K-Member. So I called my buddy Andrew Hanlon, who I know has this K-Member with his Coyote and these pipes installed on his car. He was able to at least give me some confidence to know I was probably doing something wrong. We FaceTimed and looked at his car, got a couple of good pointers on how these go in here. But guys, I'm going to tell you, I mean, at the end of the day, there's definitely a benefit for having the single pipes, but trying to figure out how you get them all routed. And guys, I'm going to tell you, there is like one way that will go in, and an order of one way that will go in, and it's tight. We do have one major problem, and I'm going to show you that now. Alright, so I don't have everything really tightened up yet, and of course I think everything will go fine with the putting the collector on here. I am touching the A-arm mount here. I don't want that rattling, so I either will need to dent this or shave a little bit off this A-arm, because I do not want that touching and rattling. But here's, I mean, guys, you can see how these things have to go in here. I mean, there's one way. So I got everything routed, but the problem is, and you see, to get this one on here, I had to pull the AC manifold off, and there's your clearance for your AC. That might be a bit of a problem. So the only thing I know to do is to get, and I'm going to have to put a pretty good dent in this header right here for this AC manifold. Because you can see, I mean, there's probably some room to clearance a little bit of the AC manifold here by shaving a little bit off here. If I shaved a little bit off the angle there, it would help, but at the end of the day, there is no way this is fitting. So my buddy Andrew, who has these on his car, well, of course his car is a race car and he didn't have AC, but his buddy and my buddy Zach doing these same headers on his car. So and Zach's getting AC, so looks like I can figure it out for them and let them know what they're going to have to do. So guys, it's not always, you know, fun, but it is a sense of accomplishment when you can kind of figure something out like this. I've been struggling with this out here for probably hour and a half just on this one side on these headers, trying to figure out how these things are going to go in here. So hey, that's part of it, right? But Andrew, I appreciate your help on this, Caleb as well. And we're going to wrap this one up now. And guys, stick around. We'll continue to do these, and we'll get this thing one step closer on the next video. Appreciate you watching. See you on the next one.